Now you get to go back to peeing. You alright? All that fussing and squabbling for nothing? You want some coffee? Maybe that'll calm you down. Doing this morning. Here, duck. Come here, duck. There you go. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Papaw's place. Guys, it's time to get my weights on my chickens again, on my middies. And then it's time to process that little runt that I was out there. Y'all remember I done the last little runt as a fryer at 11 weeks. Well, now the other one's at 14 weeks. So we finna process it, weigh my chickens, weigh my chicks, process that runt, and see what the butter infused corn done for it in 3 weeks, from 11 to 14 weeks of age. So I'm gonna get my scale, get my notebook, and then we're gonna weigh some of these chickens. Then I'm gonna process that one and weigh it and see what she looks like. Alright, first we're going to start out weighing my little chicks that I hatched. These are the 5 that was hatched on March the 4th. So today they're 4 weeks old, and I weighed them at 8 days, 18 days. And today will be 4 weeks old, and when I put this on a spreadsheet, I'll pop it up in the screen, so for you who's interested in tracking my weights and watching what I'm doing, you can see. Now this one right here, at 18 days, weighed 8.36 ounces. And today we're gonna weigh it. This is a little rooster. Stand still. Stand still. It's okay. It's okay. And today he weighs 16.33 ounces. 16.33. Now these I got marked with different colored bands so I can track them individually since I'm just doing 5. His legs is starting to turn. It's okay, it's okay. You can see they ain't been handled much, only when I weigh them. But I'm going to stick them over here in a little cage right now, because after I get the one I'm going to process out of that little tractor cage out there, I'm going to put these in there because they've been in the brooder box. The next one up's a little rooster. With a purple band. I'm going to have to put a new band on him because his band's getting too tight on his leg again. So every time I weigh them, I've had to change their bands. Now once it gets to a point where I ain't got to steady change their bands, I got some zip ties that's numbered that I can put on these. That way I can track them even better as they get older. But it ain't gonna be no problem since I only have 5 and I got different colored bands on each one's legs anyway, so I'll save my numbered bands until I absolutely need them. So the purple weighed at 18 days old, weighed 7.44 ounces. I wish this thing would stay on longer. And at 4 weeks old, he weighs 13.97. 13.97. Another little rooster. Up next, our yellow band. You see this, his legs ain't as dark. Our yellow band at 18 days weighed 7.9 ounces. Today's 14.74. 14.74. And this is looking like a little, I don't know. I'm thinking this is a female for right now. It gets a little older, it might. I'm not good at that. I'm thinking that's gonna be a female. Up next is the blue band. At 18 days old, it weighed 7.44 ounces. And see how much darker the legs is on this one? I'm thinking this is gonna be a little male. And today, the 4 weeks old was 13.62. So it's a little bit lighter. So far I'm thinking 3 males and maybe 1 female. Got 1 more to go. And the last one here, I'm glad I'm tracking these with different colored ties. So this one here, I left too loose and it done got its tie off. So by me using each one with single color ties, I know which one this one was. I try to leave these bands as loose as I can so they'll last longer before I have to change them, but I guess I left that one a little too loose and it got it off of its foot. This looks like a little female and it's got the darker color legs, and at 18 days old it was the lightest one at 6.28 ounces. See what she weighs at 4 weeks old. Still the lightest one at 12.95. So by going by its weight, I'm saying I got 3 males and 2 females. And of course the 2 females are the lightest, but this one's got good dark legs. Can't tell much about them at this age. Or at least I can't. I just take my documentation here, and then when they get a little older I use this and then go to filling of them and looking at them close to start choosing the ones I want to cull out. So now I'm going to put this one up and it's time to start weighing my chickens that's from Chase over at Recreational Homestead, and all I'm weighing right now is my keepers. I done culled all the rest of them that I don't want in the grow out pen, so I don't waste my time weighing them anymore, because in a couple more weeks they're gonna get processed and I'll weigh them then just to weigh them, but ain't no sense in wasting time documenting them. So guys, I just looked and I'm actually a few days, these are actually about 14 and a half weeks. So here's my rooster, my #1 pick at this time. I got 2. Y'all look how dark them legs are. And I ruffled his, hold on. I ruffled his feather there up, grabbing him. He didn't want to be caught. But look how dark them legs are. Got a little white in his earlobes. Got a good chest on him. Good long back. It's okay. It's okay. So, the last time I weighed these, I wrote it down as 13 weeks, but it was actually like 12.5 weeks. I got these also marked with different color, especially my 2 roosters here, different color leg bands. So this one here weighed 6 pounds, 8.8 ounces. And we're gonna see what he weighs at 14. I'm gonna just say 14.5 weeks. I gotta put that on pounds. Pounds and ounces. Stand up there. Stand up there. Stand up. Hold on. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. I hate weighing these big birds. He weighs 6 pounds, 13. Well, he ain't won't act right this morning, guys. He don't want to be weighed. Stand still just a minute. Oh, I done got it flopped over the ounces again. Come on. Stand still just a minute. 6 pounds, 13.2. 6 pounds, 13.2. So he didn't gain much. Here's my second rooster of choice that made the call. Now this rooster here ain't got the chest as the other one does, but this is why he's my second choice. He ain't as big in the chest, but he's got the dark legs. Got that chicken look to him going on. Now he weighed 6 pounds even. Come on, stand up there, quit doing that. Quit. In there. In there. If you'll stand there just a minute, it won't take me but just a second. But you won't stand still. Guys, this is why I hate fooling with these big ones. And actually, this is going to be the last time that I weigh them because I've already selected what I'm keeping. Now, when these roosters get older, I'm 99% sure the first one I just weighed is going to be the one I keep over this one. Be still. 6 pounds, 3. 6 pounds, 3.2. 6 pounds, 3.2. So he's still about the same weight behind the first one as he was 3 weeks ago. Now you get to go back to peeing. You alright? All that fussing and squabbling for nothing? You want some coffee? Maybe that'll calm you down. Now this is my hens. This one here's got the pink and purple band, which weighed 4 pounds, 5.1 ounces. Today she weighs 4 pounds, 7.7 ounces. So guys, I want y'all to remember these weights, because this little runt we finna be processing again is the same age as these, but out of the 22 chicks I had what I call 2 runts. Now the rest of the coals was just a few ounces lighter than some of these I kept that's out there in the grow out pen. But them 2 runts, you're gonna notice when you get a runt in something, I don't care if it's rabbits, dogs, cats, whatever, they just don't grow as well. So I want y'all to remember these weights so when we weigh that one in just a little bit. So now y'all see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I'm gonna go on and weigh the rest of these, and then I'll put the spreadsheet on the screen for you who wants to pause it on the spreadsheet and look at how much they gain and how many days or weeks old they was coming up to that. So I'm finna get them done. And this is the last one. So the heaviest of the hens weighed 4.98. The lightest of my hens that I'm keeping is 4.36. So guys, this is the last time I'll be weighing these chicks, because these is my keepers. No matter what, even if some of them in the grow out pen is a little bigger, I done chose these for their features, their leg color, checked out their keel bone, their bone spacing, their wings. And these is just the best of the best. And they'll grow a little more because I'm not overfeeding these trying to make these fat. These are my breeder birds, so you don't want to get them too fat. They get their laying pellets right now, and between 2 roosters and 7 hens, they get about 2 cups. Most of the time 1 cup of scratch feed in the morning and 1 cup in the evening, just for a snack. That's what they get. So now that I got my chicks weighed and my keepers off my Recreational Homestead chickens there that I'm gonna keep, we're gonna go get that runt bird. Now that runt bird's been getting, for it I've been giving 3 weeks of my butter infused corn to see if it puts any more fat on than the 11 week one we done a few weeks ago that I fried. And then if I get time, I might go on and pick out a couple of them bigger coal roosters, since they right at 15 weeks old, 14 and a half weeks. Since I got the plucker out, I might go on and pluck a couple of them. And then I'm probably gonna wait another week or 2 weeks and then pluck all my coals out there. Cause I think my wife got the last chicken we had in the freezer. She got it out last night to make dumplings with, so I need to get a couple more in the bag in the freezer. So this is the little runt that is the same age. But she's been on the butter infused corn for 3 weeks. But I tell you, she didn't put on much weight. This one actually weighed 2 pounds and like 3 ounces or something or other when I put her on the corn 3 weeks ago. But she did gain a little weight. I can see that already. Be still. Y'all remember the first little run I didn't hardly gain but just a very few ounces in 2 weeks on the corn. And we processed it at 11 weeks old. This one here weighs 3 pounds 5 ounces. So she gained about 1 pound and 1 ounce. So now I'm finna go do the deed on this bird and get it parted up, and then we're gonna take a look and see what the fat content looks like on it. Versus the last one I done at 11 weeks, which you didn't hardly do nothing on that one. Okay guys, I got this one parted out. As again, y'all don't be looking at my chicken parted out over here, because I ain't that great at parting out a chicken. But I left the breast whole, because after I get done showing y'all, I'm going to fillet that out. Have some boneless breast to fry. But I'm going to get y'all up here close. Now, this one got what I was wanting. The first one we tried, I wanted to try, so I'm doing this for a test for me and some of you interested to follow along. At 9 weeks, I started feeding it the butter-infused corn for 2 weeks, and at 11 weeks, we processed it and I fried it, and I done a video on that. But that bird, I'm not knowing what it's really telling me here, because these two are runt birds. But this one here, I started at 12 weeks of age on the butter-infused corn and fed it up till today, which is like 14.5 weeks old, so like 2.5 weeks. And it actually showed me what I was wanting to see, and put just enough fat on it that it ain't overly fat like the very first one I done several weeks ago on my butter-infused corn. Now, some of you that don't know what I'm talking about, if you're new to watching this, my butter-infused corn, Breese chickens, they say the finishing feed at the end of their life before you process them in France. They cage them up in little cages and they start feeding them their local grains soaked in milk, preferably fresh raw milk. Well, I ain't got no cow and I ain't got no goat to do that with. So I was thinking one day, well, why don't butter work? Because butter, 1 teaspoon of butter has more fat grams than 1 cup of raw milk. So I've been taking chopped corn and putting 1 teaspoon of non-salted real butter per cup of chopped corn, and I feed them 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the evening. And that means 1 cup per bird. Well, the first one I done like that, I done it and it was way over fat. It was too much fat. So now I was trying this with the first one the other day on that first run. It didn't have enough fat on it, but I'm gonna get y'all up here and show y'all the fat it put on this bird. And then, like I said, I'm gonna have my spreadsheets popped up here at the end so y'all can stop and pause on them, the ones that's interested in my weights, as I've been weighing these birds and chicks. So as you can see, I keep my liver and the heart there because I eat it myself. But this is the breast, and it's left whole for the moment because I'm going to debone it and fillet it out. But look at the chunk of fat on the inside of that bird and all the little fat running through it. On the inside of the little legs and thighs, look at all that fat. Now that first one I done the other day just had a little bit. It didn't have that much on it. But I'm thinking that right there is going to be just enough to help make this meat more juicy and tasty. You can see all the fat and the yellowing in there. That's coming from that butter and that chopped corn. Now again, I just bought the cheapest butter. And I think when I bought that at the grocery store, it was less than $3 tax and all. And I think that's 32 servings, so that'd be 15 days of feeding a chicken 1 cup in the morning and 1 in the evening. So for $3, you can fatten up a chicken. You ain't got a cow to get raw milk, or a goat, that's the cheapest way I know. Now, that's just the backbone. It ain't got enough back meat on it. I just left it sitting here, but I'm gonna throw that in the scrap bucket over here. But I'm pretty satisfied with that. And if this wasn't a runt chicken, it's gonna put on more fat. I gotta finish cleaning the chicken up. I didn't get his windpipe out right there. Told y'all I wasn't the best at parting out a chicken. I don't think it's gonna matter how many of them I do. I just ain't gonna be that good at it. This in here's so tender, the skin was just coming off. But by the time you cut the quarters off, see a lot of that skin there that should have been stayed on there when I was trying to cut it just peeled off. It's so tender. So guys, while my water's hot around here and my plucker's already setting out, everything's hooked up, I'm finna process a couple of the bigger roosters out there. Like I said, this is right at 15 weeks old. I'm gonna go on and get the two biggest ones and process them today, so we'll have a couple chickens in the freezer. Now them two ain't been getting no butter in their feed, but I have been for the last week feeding them cracked corn. So that'll give me another, which I've done that before on the first batch of chickens I done 7 or 8 last year. But like I said, we need some chickens in the freezer, so while that's dirty, I'm gonna go on and do a couple without giving them the full 2 weeks of corn, even though it don't have the butter or milk in it. But I hope you enjoyed this little video. Maybe you learning something for it. I know I've watched other videos with people with breast chickens and what they do and trying to learn more about these birds, and that's what I'm doing this far, is kind of experimenting myself, and you do learn a lot from it. But as always guys, I hope y'all have a great day and a blessed week. God bless. See y'all next time.